do you see?
I don't think I'm getting married anymore.
Okay.
I
What
think this
happened?
is a coronation.
Mhm.
I, I think I might have been confused, but
That's
this
okay.
is a coronation
Okay.
because I'm the only one coming in.
Okay.
But there are so many people in this room.
Yes.
It looks like it's mostly outdoors, but there's cathedral walls and beautiful looking structure and architecture around. It's good. It feels like you're indoors, but you're outdoors, and it's huge. It's so part of this castle. It's just it feels like this is where my people before me were coronated. Kings before me were married. Kings before me were laid to rest. This is a special day
Hmm. It's
where I
amazing.
where I am to be made king.
Mhm. So tell me what that process looks like, sounds like.
In my quarters, I was okay, and I was getting ready partially.
Yeah.
But when I arrived, they set me aside to get me in my full regalia,
Hmm.
where I'm being undressed and bestowed the sacred gifts in order
Hmm.
to in order to fulfill my coronation. And I must walk towards the altar and make my sacred vow for my people.
Hmm.
I feel scared, not
Yes.
scared, frightened, but scared,
Hmm.
nervous. I don't want to let these people down. I care about them very deeply,
Hmm.
but I know that what comforts me is I hear and I remember the voices of my father and my grandmother and my grandfather and my
Yeah.
mother and how they made me to be the person I am today.
Hmm.
And I am comforted by their voice.
It's beautiful.
I see people in the pews looking at me. A lot of people are very happy. And I feel like I'm an imposter. I feel this imposter syndrome, but
Hmm. Yeah.
I I feel very happy too
It's beautiful.
that this day is here.
Hmm. So who is in charge of the actual ceremony? Who do you see?
They call him the rememberer. He's the one that remembers all of our traditions. He's the one that can connect to source, to spirit. He's the one that can officiate anything and make things divine.
Mhm.
He was my teacher. He taught me everything that I know about spirituality. He's like a wizard
Mhm.
or like a shaman.
Yeah. What does he look like?
He's old. He looks like he's a little tired,
Mhm.
but he looks very, very happy. He looks like he's a very good, happy guy, and that he seems he has a very playful energy, and he looks very proud.
Mhm. Sounds beautiful.
I'm happy that he's proud.
Mhm. I want you to connect with his energy. Get real close. Look through his eyes, but go beyond his eyes, beyond deep into his soul. Do you recognize him as someone in your current lifetime? Listen for the answer.
No,
Okay, very good.
I feel like he guides me on the other side.
He does.
He still teaches me to this day.
He does. Mhm. What sort of things does he teach you in the present day?
He taught me how to harness the chi energy
Mhm.
and to utilize it for my personal healing so I can heal others.
Mhm. What else
But
happens on this special day? What else?
I spoke with him and I felt that my father had passed. That's why it is my day to be coronated. So I was especially happy to see him because he was like a father figure to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that it was extra special that he was there to do that for me.
Yeah.
And just trying to connect to anybody else that I see, but it's just him right now, and we can communicate in our mind. So
I like that. Mm-hmm.
sometimes when I'm thinking about something, and we'll just joke around in our minds, and we'll laugh, and nobody knows what we're talking about, but we're having a good conversation.
Okay.
And
Very
some
good.
other things.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up and I accept the gifts and I make the vow.
Can you hear what that vow is?
I surrender myself to my people. I pledge my life to my people. I will lead my people along with the guidance of ways we remember. For it will be my duty to protect our way as long as I shall live. For I will be right. For I will be just. I will lead with love, with courage. I will treat my kin with respect. I will speak truthfully. And I will share any abundance that comes our way. This is my vow to you
Mm.
as your king.
Yeah. What gifts are you given?
They seem like very, very powerful weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very powerful energy. I can't call
Mm-hmm.
them technology, but maybe that's what they are.
Yes.
I can feel their energy radiate, and I
Mm-hmm.
can feel my father and my grandfather and all kings before me
Mm-hmm.
through these. I can hear them talk to me as if they were never gone. These are ways to connect to old ways in order to continue on the legacy. I feel them vibrating. I feel them coated in light. They're reacting to my energy, and I have to utilize my energy to use them
Mm-hmm.
like an entity on its own.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else in this special day? Anything else that you notice, hear, feel?
I feel like I just came to the altar, made my pledge, and everybody celebrated. Everybody was happy, and
Yeah.
the whole city, the whole wherever I am went.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is cheering, and I know that we're gonna party afterwards. So
You
I'm
are.
excited for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna celebrate all night.
All right. I have a question for you. You mentioned that you were outside, but sort of inside outside. Can you see the sky from where you are?
Yes,
What color is the sky?
skies. I can see stars, but it's daytime.
Hmm.
I can see the sky in a different way.
Yes.
And the sky is beautifully dark, but
Okay.
light around the edges.
Mm.
And there's clouds, and I feel like there's dragons, and
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like the dragons are just part of our existence.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
look around and I see this huge city. I saw it before when I first arrived, but I wasn't sure if the city was clouds or if it was a place because it was so blurry. It was so far in the background.
Okay.
But I feel like that's what I initially saw.
Hmm.
I don't feel like this is Earth.
Right.
I feel like this is very far away somewhere.
It's beautiful. Hmm. All right. Let's go ahead now and move to another important day where something important is happening. We're moving there now to an important day. 3, 2, and 1. Just be there now.
This is a far different time.
Okay.
This is not a happy time.
What's happened?
The sky is dark. It feels like the rain won't stop.
Okay.
The clouds, I feel the clouds' anger.
Mhm.
I hear battle. I hear many people dying. I am in battle. I feel like I'm just surviving, but I'm looking out for everyone else. I'm
Mhm.
leading them in battle. I am leading them because it's my job.
Yes.
It feels like someone has come and tried to take over, did not want peace,
Yeah.
and has destroyed many things, killed many innocent people.
Mhm.
Deep inside me, I feel powerless, but I know I can't show that. I know I can't accept that emotion.
Mhm.
I accept it and I move it. I move away from it and keep moving forward. I always have to keep moving forward. I always have to help somebody who needs it. I need to push. I need to move further. I need to fight harder. I need to fight stronger.
Mhm.
I'm gathering men. calling them to me. We have a secret call that nobody knows when we're on the field.
What does it
This is
sound
a
like?
call. It's it's within our heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's it sounds like a whisper, but only those of us who are connected together can understand it, can hear it. It's the only way that we can communicate without any sort of disruption.
Mm-hmm.
So we are gathering, we're making a plan. They're calling me Prince. I think this is before my coronation. My father has fallen on the battlefield.
So your
The
father is alive.
My father is alive at this time, but he just died.
Okay.
And if I'm gathering people, it's because it's my turn to take over.
I see.
I must fulfill his roles on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. Can you expand and tell me who these others are? What is this battle about?
They're my closest friends. We grew up training together, learning together.
Mm-hmm.
They're generals of their clans, leaders of their clans. And I am their prince, unfortunately soon to be king. And we are leading this army, 3 million people, to protect the light, protect what we have been remembered. So don't ever get lost.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the pain that we all have collectively.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my teacher, I know how to take that from them so they can be as strong as they can be on the battlefield. So as I'm taking their pain and I'm grounding it to mother, we are getting ready and I'm leading them. I'm making a plan. I'm thinking, and at the same time, I'm making a plan to end this war forever.
Mm-hmm. Who are you fighting?
They're dark forces, dark energies. I feel like they have ties to this place, but they feel like they come from far. I feel like they came here to try to conquer, as they try to conquer many places, many planets.
Today.
They have only one goal, it's to dominate and to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But I will not tolerate that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's me, with my connection to Mother, my connection to all of my planet, connection to Spirit. It is my divine right that I can. It is my divine right that I can command anything to my will.
Mm-hmm.
And so the dragons fight with me.
Mm-hmm.
So the winds and the lightning and the thunder and the rain, all of the creation on this planet, my connection to it, it fights with me
Yes.
to protect what we have carried, our teachings, our ways, our people. Once I gave the plan to all my commanders, we now go back to battle and we fight to our very last breath.
Mm-hmm.
Many of my commanders died. They died fighting, and we won.
You did.
We saved our planet.
What do these others look like? These dark energies that you're fighting? What
They
do they
look
look
like
like?
reptilian evil looking creatures with long, weirdly bent arms. They look really big. They're very intelligent. They're really good at fighting.
Mhm.
And they have sharp teeth,
Mhm.
yellow glowing eyes. They have a grayish brown skin.
Mhm.
This is not the first planet they did this to.
Mhm. How does it end?
It ends where I try to sacrifice my life for my people. But I survive. I destroy through my rage and through my protection. I destroy everything that they have brought. I destroyed their ways of transportation. I destroy their ships. I take my rage out onto them
Mhm.
for everything we have lost. And I take them and I imprison them, those who are left, those who didn't fall in battle, and I
Mhm.
slay their king.
So there are some that survive that you imprison. Is that correct?
Yes,
Mhm.
I must take them to the courts
Mhm.
where they will figure out their fate.
Mhm.
Their fate is to be determined by the people.
Yes.
We must talk about this together as a
Mhm.
family, as one.
Mhm.
It is not in our intention to eradicate them as it was their intention to eradicate us.
Okay.
We will
Let's
show
go.
them mercy.
You will. So let's go to that time. How many prisoners do you have?
74.
74. Mhm.
They're all chained
Very
and they're
good.
all brought forth. They're all brought towards the court,
Mhm.
same place where I got coronated or where I am to be coronated.
Yes. What happens next?
It is my duty to report what happened on the battlefield.
Mhm.
It is my duty to report their actions, the actions of my father and my commanders,
Mhm.
the actions of myself. I must ask the people for forgiveness for using violence. It is not something that we want to choose or we choose to do because we wanted to do it. We did it because we had to.
Mhm.
This violence was only a last resort to anything.
Right.
And this battle could not be fight through diplomacy.
Mhm.
And so we lay these people before us as they stand chained before the people. And I report and I say, what say you to the people? And we vote together on what we should do with the people. And the people are still speaking amongst themselves. They're trying to decide
Mhm.
because at one point They don't want this to happen again because we know that will happen again. But at the same time, we do not want to harm anyone. It's a very difficult decision for us to make because we never want to harm anyone.
Of course.
We want to live in harmony. Our elder spoke before we made our last decision. The elder said, "It is this light that we must protect at all cost, no matter the price, for it is you who understands the true morals of our nation, the true essence of our being." And I want to say that sometimes it is okay to protect
Mhm.
not only for us, but for our future generations. And from that wisdom from our elder, our shaman, our mentor, we came to a vote unanimously to put an end to all this war. And we decided to destroy what was left of these people.
Yes. How do you do that?
We executed them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel guilt, but I felt like it had to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But it also caused something within me to utilize whatever is left of their technology to study, to create,
Mm-hmm.
and to hunt them down wherever they may be, or they may be trying to battle other people on other planets, but we will hunt them down and put an end to their reign.
Mm-hmm.
For it is the true sovereignty of light that should be protected.
Is there anything else?
I feel determined,
You
and
do.
I'm getting closer to coming towards my coronation day again.
Okay. Yes. That was a big day. So let's go ahead and move ahead in time after you are king, moving ahead to another important day. Something you need to see. 3, 2, and 1. Just be there now. You are there. What
I'm
is
leaving
happening?
my planet.
How do you leave?
We created ships.
You did.
We created technology even stronger than theirs
You did.
because we integrated our connection to anything, to creation, to the universal life force. And we're
Mhm.
using it because we harness light and we have created these weapons to countermeasures towards this dark energy. And I vowed to protect my people, but I also vowed to protect all of creation. I was only there in that incarnation, for I am aware that I am part of something way bigger than that.
Mhm.
Everyone has said that I'm leaving, but they understand what I must do, that I must defend other planets, other
Mhm.
galaxies. from this force. And if it wasn't for them, it wasn't for them to come to try to destroy our planet, this would have never happened.
Mhm.
But we acknowledge that I was not to come back to this planet again. I am
Okay.
always welcome, of course, but I know that I would spend the rest of my life hunting
Okay. How do you find them? How do you find them in
energy.
this? Hmm. So, what is your
Energy.
first mission?
My first mission is to listen. I meditate and I listen to all that has been created. I hear the cries of people.
Mm-hmm.
I look for the destruction that flickers in the dark. And I call, and they call back. And I go to them. And I have my army. We're called the army of 3 million. People are always vowing where we go to join our army because they believe in what we believe in.
Mm-hmm.
They want to fight. They want to take part in defending our planets
Mm-hmm.
so we can live in harmony. This is what we fight for. This is what we're meant to do. And I, as their leader, no longer king, but a commander of an army, create that same vow to protect all these planets.
Yes.
And we battle as much as we can.
Mm.
And we liberate people. And we show them that they can liberate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We give them a fighting chance, which was not there before. We're the healers and the aiders, the bearers of light.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that these reptilians are located in numerous planets, different locations?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they have conquered many places
Mm-hmm.
prior to my fleet.
Yeah.
So those are the places we want to liberate,
Mm-hmm.
but the places that they are trying to conquer as well. It'll
Yes.
never be enough for them. One planet will never be enough, or a couple planets. They want to conquer every planet. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter the cost to them.
Yes.
They're like a plague.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I feel like I'm living a whole new life
Yes.
now that I'm a commander.
Mm-hmm. Are you aware of the dimension that you live in?
Seventh.
Seventh. Very good. Mm-hmm. Very close to ours. Mm-hmm.
I feel like a part of me is in a certain realm, and then another part of me is in a different realm at the same time of my existence.
Yeah.
I'm connected to of my all of my creations, all of my beings, all of me. And as I may be in this realm, defended as a commander, I am also aware that I am connected to the divine source. That's where I gain my power. That's where I gain my anything that I need.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Right, let's move ahead to one final important day. Something you need to see today. One final important day. 3, 2, and 1. Just be there now. Trust what you see, sense, feel, hear.
We've been taken over on our ship in the middle of space.
Mhm. By whom?
These reptilians,
Okay,
they found us.
they did.
Yes. I'm running away. We're all running away. We have escape pods, but there are people who stayed to defend.
Yeah.
I don't want to run away. I
Yeah.
want to stay and defend,
Hmm.
but I'm being forced. And they put me into this escape pod.
How many fit in a pod?
One,
Okay. You have many?
there is enough for every person on this ship.
Okay. Tell me what it looks like on the inside.
It's a bed that'll put me to sleep, and it'll shoot me off into. I'm not allowed to say where it is,
Okay.
but it's a safe zone where no one
Yeah.
will ever find us.
Hmm. Okay.
So I go to sleep while I go into this pod, and I wake up. I see
Okay.
mountains and cliffs, and
Hmm.
it feels cold. I don't feel like I'm connected to the source of the planet.
Yeah.
I feel like this planet has died.
Mm.
It's windy,
Hmm.
but I am connected to everything else around me.
Hmm.
But I know I have to be careful because I feel like that's what they connected to. That's how they found us.
Right.
Because I wasn't being careful connected to source.
Hmm. So they picked up on your energy.
They did.
So do the other pods also land in the same place, or are you put alone?
I feel them.
You do.
We're not all on the same planet.
Hmm.
We're waiting for rescue. I
Hmm.
feel at least 25 people right now on the same planet as me, but we're so far apart.
Hmm.
I sense people coming. I sense some of them who haven't landed yet coming towards the planet,
Hmm.
and I am trying to gather them. We have things in our pod, and that it's our plan that we have so many people, 150 people, who will be determined in a certain zone where we all have a protocol. We land, we look around us, we connect. We connect to one another. We connect to the land. We're assessing everything around us. This is all part of our survival. This is what we've been trained to do. We grab items from our shuttle, from our pods,
Hmm.
and we all gather to a certain zone.
Okay.
As their commander, they come to me. But it is my job to make sure the land that we use is the most usable, the most safe. So I'm
Hmm.
looking for shelter.
Okay.
Number one things we try to look for are caves, cliffs,
Hmm.
something that we can protect us from the elements. Because we don't know what planet we'll be on.
Okay.
The protocols allows us to find planets that are suitable and livable. Maybe not the most comfortable, but suitable and livable.
Mhm.
And so we all find each other, and I find a cave, and
Yeah.
we bring all our resources together to build a camp.
Mm-hmm.
These resources that we've created can build new civilizations as they are. So whether we are found or not, we will survive to the end. We can create new life on this planet,
Okay.
whether we are found or not.
What does this planet look like?
Rocky,
Rocky.
very rocky,
Mm-hmm.
very windy, very dark,
Mm-hmm.
cloudy. It doesn't feel like my old home.
Mm-hmm.
My old home feels like a dream compared to this.
Yes.
But as we are connected to a higher source, we are connected to that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
We're connected to that feeling that we have back home. So we sit around and we share stories
Mm-hmm.
and we stay warm and we make plans. How are we going to deal with this?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
The way you appear, you sense more human-like features, or is there something different about your beings, your species there? What do you guys look like?
We look very human-like,
You do.
almost elvish, though.
Elfish?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We look very, I guess, the best way I can describe it is very clean, I guess.
Yeah.
Everything is very uniform and symmetrical, and the fineness of clothes and
Mm-hmm.
materials and colors, and everything is determined as it
Mm-hmm.
is because we find beauty in everything. And if it's not beautiful, then why would we want to wear it? And so we
Mm-hmm.
see that, and we live and embody that,
Mm-hmm.
and we want that to be a reality, no matter where we are.
Mm-hmm. Something you appreciate.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of life.
Mm, beautiful. So scanning the remaining years, is there anything that's of significance that happens?
We've managed to create a civilization on this planet.
You have.
There are people. There are people who have the ability and capability to terraform this planet to be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who choose to stay, to bring life, to bring beauty into this planet.
Mm-hmm.
They fully accepted that they will spend the rest of their lives here, and the
Mm-hmm.
rest of their generations to come will be on this planet, and that it is their duty to
Mm-hmm.
do so. But we end up finding each other, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I
Were there
connect
any
to them.
were there any special resources that were found on this planet that surprised you?
Water.
Mm, water.
It was hard to get to, but we got it.
Mm-hmm.
And we sourced all that water out.
Mm-hmm.
And we managed to use the minerals.
Okay.
We managed to utilize the resources outside of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to rebuild. We're able to create. We're able to find one another.
Mm-hmm.
As we and me and my command are on this planet, there are two other people who escaped who are doing the same thing elsewhere, or being commanded by their commanding officers.
Mm-hmm.
to do the same thing on multiple planets from this destruction. This is the protocol that we follow.
Yeah.
This is all part of the protocol.
Mm-hmm.
We're colonizing in a good way, and we're not taking from anyone
Mm-hmm.
because we are keeping in mind the nature around us, or the environment and the people.
Mm-hmm.
We do not want to cause any sort of dissonance on this on any planets that we are on.
Yes.
And so we chose through the technology, the protocols of places that will be suitable for life, that, that we can easily terraform and that will not harm anyone. These are escape routes as we try to find our bearings, that we can find each other again and
Okay.
continue. Because we have the materials we need, no matter where we are, no matter what happens,
Mm-hmm.
to rebuild and to fight, to continue the fight that we fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it is my ability as the commander, but because I have been king and I was bestowed gifts, those gifts remained with me as the commander, that I can connect to anyone and to anything.
Mm.
It is these gifts that allow me to connect even stronger to source than I have ever been before. And so I'm communicating with all the other people on the other planets as we meet every night to make a plan as we are coming back together very soon.
Mm. Beautiful. Do you come back together? Is that something that you're able to see in your lifetime?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As we say, so it will be.
Mm-hmm. So do you return to your planet? How do you all find one another? Where do you reunite?
I collect them all.
Mm.
I come and rescue them. And I bring them back home.
Mm-hmm. To your new
Home is
home?
together. The home is together,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where we are.
Yes.
For as long as we are together, we are home.
Mm. It's beautiful. All right, let's go ahead now and move to the last day of your life. In this lifetime that we've been exploring, your last day of your life. Mm. No pain. You can just float above it to the last day of your life. Just be there now. Where are you? And who's with you?
I'm back on the planet that I initially landed.
Okay.
We have been found again. These forces are relentless. I recognize that there is no other thing to do other than to protect the
Mm-hmm.
sacred rights of my position. It is a position that I hold that is sacred, not so much myself. I do recognize I too am sacred, as anyone is sacred.
Yeah.
But I separate myself from my position and I make the sacrifice in order to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
I send a fleet and I strip myself from my gifts and I return it back to my people where it will remain safe and protected. And the new person will be chosen to take over.
Mm-hmm.
But I choose to remain on the planet where they don't understand this connection that I have. Or do we expect them? To them, they just want me dead. And so I fight them.
You do.
The two rights that I have left are my weapons. The weapons will die with the king,
Mhm.
but the other gifts can be stripped.
What do your weapons look like?
It looks like it's like a spear. It's like a trident spear and a
Mhm.
sword.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
they're shining bright.
Mhm.
And they dump all their people, all their soldiers, to fight only one of me. And I fight them, and I decimate them, and I destroy their ships. But I connect it to their main source. I don't know how I'm still able to connect to universal energy without my gifts.
Mhm.
I'm just as surprised as
Yeah.
anyone would be, but I found a way to destroy them. In
I
that
hear.
moment,
Okay.
I transcend my physical body
Mhm.
and I move towards, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm
Mhm.
moving towards destroying. I'm sacrificing myself to destroy their civilization,
How
to
do you do that?
decimate them. It's almost like time travel or Stargate, or I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm being beamed from one place to another.
Mhm.
I don't know who's beaming me.
Yeah.
And I'm going and I'm destroying them, and I get beamed again, and I'm going, I'm destroying them, and I get beamed again. I go and I destroy them. And my final stop, I go to their kingdom and I sacrifice myself by destroying the planet with me on it.
What does their kingdom look like?
Very cold, uniform, militant,
Mhm.
very hive like, very, everything is conformed, everything is uniform,
Mm.
everything is just cold and dark. And it's just, they have one goal. It's like their life is based on destruction.
Tell me again when you arrive there. How
I
do you
arrive,
die?
I arrive, and I follow the same things that I did as I was being beamed.
Yes.
I destroy everything. I destroy everyone who stands in my way.
Yeah.
And I come into the center of the earth. And I connect to source. And I create a massive explosion.
Oh.
I destroy the planet.
Mhm.
This planet implodes.
Yeah.
I think I have some sort of technology that protects my body, that protects my existence in any type of physical environment.
Mhm.
There are certain things that they allowed me to keep, but
Yeah.
the sacred rights returned home.
Mhm.
So it was my plan all along to die on that planet
Mhm.
so that I will sacrifice myself. And the symbol of my death and destruction of their planet halted any type of major
Mm.
attack on any of our planets that we've colonized, and we've created
Mhm.
a safe haven for any species or any race that wishes to prosper in
Okay.
these realms. And it is through my sacrifice that my people remember, because I instantly go back home. My spirit, as soon as I die, my spirit goes back home to my
Yes.
home planet,
Mm-hmm.
and I engulf myself with the feeling of the nature, and I come back to it,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of everyone and everything. And I watch the people as they mourn me, but as they
Mm-hmm.
hear the stories of the things that we did and fought for,
Mm-hmm.
ensure that not only they were safe, but everybody in the neighboring communities in the solar system, in the galaxy, in the universe was protected.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel proud
Yes.
and honored that I was part of that.